last game for the LPL Grand Finals, Top Esports versus Anyone's Legend. This last game, these guys drafted full AP topside, which is not great, especially when there's a Cassante that will, can pretty much just solo the whole game. If he does well enough, 369 will solo this game. The Hui has to be a little careful because there's quite a few abilities to catch him, but at the same time, like I said, he probably is going to have a very strong front line to deal with some of these situations. And then these guys are playing one of the best early game junglers with one of the best bot lane early games. Like, these guys probably should swap. Like, I don't think I want to play Quirky Karma into Draven Elise. That sounds awful. So we'll see what they do. These guys also could definitely invade in the beginning, like Top Esports, and get wards to spot if there's gonna be a lane swap. Yeah, they're swapping, and so these guys are gonna blind swap.
It's so funny how stories that pay out, aren't they? I mean, like,
because no one has wards to see what's happening. So it looks like TES is going to call this out, and that's so bad for Anyone's Legends. It's so bad. Oh no, that's rough.
From the lower bracket, it would have taken them 5 best of 5s in a row to be able to get here to this point, and on the cusp of potentially making it all the way to the lower bracket here and into the grand finals and winning in the 3-1 fashion. Jackie Love already.
Yeah, I mean, look at what's happening. Like, this guy's trying to walk forward and hit him, but he's getting blasted already. And so they end up getting control because, like, the Draven did hit the Corki a couple times, but them getting pushed doesn't really matter. There was no early wards around mid, so technically this Maokai could have 3-camped mid to get his flash, which actually would have been very beneficial for the game, especially knowing that your top side is not going to have a fun time. Like, they won't. Like, eventually there will just become a play that just screws them over.
Okay, they're playing with the fire a little bit up here. Let's see if we end up getting a
the Maokai is slower to clear than the Pantheon, which seems weird. Wow, they actually outplayed them. That's kind of funny. And they haven't gone for a ward yet. Like, they know they haven't gone for a ward yet. So...
accepting. To forego his blue buff.
You know what? I'm kind of curious.
Unless he's willing to forego his blue buff.
I mean, the Maokai could be in the area. That's the only thing to consider, but I'm surprised the Elise left. I'm surprised she left the rush, because regardless, you want to take that 3v3. Like, you'll win. So, like, I think he should stay there instead of, like, eating that. And then they actually could have fished for something.
Okay, they're playing with the fire a little bit up here.
And Elise can't hover into bot side. I don't think that's a thing. Like, if you notice, he's like kind of like, look at this. Like, he's really disconnected. They're really disconnected. Like, if the Draven was here and she was here, this would be different. Like, he could just start hitting. Of course, she would tether, but at that point, and again, no cleanse, then Elise goes on you, right? Like, either Jackie Love needs to be playing more in front of this and taking the fight to them, and then Elise helps finish the fight off, or don't do it. So they're like not playing together, and the Elise dies. I feel like she just dies. And then he loses his flash, I assume. Oh, he doesn't have to lose flash. Nice. Good ward. He knows he's there.
Game 5, that's on.
Host, moving on. Actually, you guys are gonna TES already? Come on!
Okay.
Let's have this one. This shouldn't be the guy from IL. He should have looked for it. He was looking to temper recall, it'll be fine. And he's lost that. Trying to end the recall, maybe not as easy as he might have hoped, but definitely looking to get the experience under the turret there. And sort of not putting as much of that in the straight as they probably should have.
So I guess next task that's going to come across is these objective spawns. 10 seconds for the dragon. More importantly, about a minute till the grub spawn. We'll talk about that a little bit after this. But this is that fight that Chris goes down.
I mean, just Chris walking forward, unfortunately, gets trapped against the wall. He loses his flash, so that's going to be not only the gold going over to AL, but then you're also losing a large piece of your engage, which is supposed to be the flash cocoon coming into this league. So small misstep coming in from Chris, who hasn't played actually the elite support. So we're getting 2 brand new champions to TES here in game number 4. And I think as well, when you've got that sort of new style of pick that you're going for, this is Chris who's been playing engage for a long time in a live on, like knows exactly what he's doing, but it's a completely different archetype of how to engage, because you don't have a massive HP threshold to work with as well. And in a game, competition with some people where they are so far that plan has failed. You guys have to go to the mid lane who has also
the way has a very nice lead. I mean, it's not fun for Azir in the beginning. It's not. It never is. 369 TP'd right away.
Jackie Love.
13th mid laner playing that LPL. Jackie Love, yeah, he definitely is. He's trying to find his way out of it. Hope is just wiggling that little corner. We've seen this go down time after time as Jackie Love,
Okay. What is actually happening in this game?
This game to do great things.
So the Draven doesn't have control.
Because you don't have that massive.
They go through mid because they have priority through mid. Okay, so be it.
Heavily reliant on Jackie Love, and so far that plan has failed. Your eyes have to go to Creed, the mid laner, who has also a little bit of a chance.
Okay, he lost some HP, not the end of the world. I mean, the Xante doesn't have the TP yet. Like, he actually could just... He actually could just be walking bot still, holding TP, because our Draven doesn't even have priority yet. Now we pretty much just play for one grub, and then we leave. And then Jackie Love decides to fight this, which is, like, odd.
Mid laner to claim that LPL.
The wrong side of this
Jackie
lane.
Love, yeah, he definitely is. He's trying to fight his way out of it. Hope is just wiggling that little corgi butt away. He's going for the alcove game, and we've seen this go down at time after time as Jackie Love, one auto attack for going. But top esports, they're taking a fight.
Let's see what's going on with the rest of this. We saw Hui be used, and it's... Who's he even aiming it at?
We've seen this go down at time after time as
I have no idea who he's throwing that at.
Jackie Love.
Maybe Flandre? Because Flandre just flashed. Or Tarzan, maybe the E was directed at them. So these guys are pretty screwed. The Zir comes in, flips these guys.
One more auto attack steals that as the fight goes over. It actually just shanks that ends up claiming Kanavi. Hope is gonna go down to a
nice kill.
What is going on?
Still fighting over here. This is absolute madness, and maybe Cassante showing a little bit of worth here. Cassante copy pastas in the chat.
He missed his cues, bro. What?
One more severing bolt, not enough.
Okay,
That was a fight that TES should not have. I mean, for one, I don't think 369 should have TP'd the way he TP'd. I don't think that was ideal. It looks like these guys also did not account that based on the deaths and then based on who's on the map, like Karma has the base. So there's like a huge timer in which like they just don't want to stay here. And then they just walk into the river randomly. And yeah, Tarzan's just dead. And he just dies. And Hui walked bot to get the wave. And someone has to get the wave, which is probably Maokai at this point.
But this starts off with like a foreign ult that is trying to deal off the rest of the members of TES, and I think honestly Cream on this play provided so much DPS. He's landing a bunch of charges, landing ultimates as well, and it's really threatening the rest of AL. If he's not here providing as much damage as he does, I think it's a very clearly one fight for anyone's legend. Yeah, and it's like great place to walk. I'm doing I'm gonna do that a little bit messy. Unfortunately, you're level 6. Maybe a box ceiling if I can't get it. What's the items ready for him? It's too go crazy. And then maybe the saddest moment of a Draven's life, where you know, Tars dash or a big rumble smash, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, it's my time. It was not really Jackie Love.
I don't know.
So bad. I feel like Jackie Love just can't catch first. The IG Kai'Sa is absolutely dumpstered, but now 369 taking a 1v2 with the all out of Kyle. Chris is coming out the wayside trying to get some support. Kyle is just getting Cassante.
There's so much weird shit happening in this game that I'm just like, I don't even know what to say. Because this replay lasted so long, the Hui was bot, doesn't have TP yet. The Cassante is playing on top side, there's no way you kill this guy. Like, you're just not gonna kill him. So, you're not gonna kill him.
Absolutely dumpstered, but now 369 taking a 1v2.
He goes on you.
Crisp is coming up the wayside to try to give some support.
And he just kills you guys.
DP's now coming in. That's Shanks joining. Tarzan behind. The 369 is now under turret. Nature's Grasp has come out. Chris, what are you doing there?
At least dies. 369 lives. They're getting Dragon. They're hitting bot with no answer to it, and no one can TP down here to get it.
Anyway, let's go.
So Drake goes down in favor of top. He also plays onto Queen, who again is slowly but surely stacking himself up quite an advantage with these items as well. He's going to be sailing into this.
That's not ideal. I mean, Hui just got a lot. Hui is way ahead in this game. Good wave clear.
Yeah, he gets one more mini wave before eventually another dive here. And it feels very weird to say, especially with I think, the history that we've seen from top esports, but Cream is just performing the best right now in this fourth game, right? Like, he's performing consistently. We're seeing 369 unfortunately roll threes, and we talked about it from the draft. If this game is not won over the dominating goal lead at 15 minutes, TES have very few options of coming back into this game. And right now, the goal is barely even. Shanks is 2-0-1 on this Azir. And this doesn't seem like it's getting any more difficult. They're not even the gloves advantage. The first Dragon Lane taken like a minute and a half ago, can't really stacking.
It's so difficult if you aren't just rampantly ahead. And they have a small lead. That's nothing that you want with this style of competition. They're going to try to take the place, try to poke down a little bit more. They're bringing Jackie Love down here as well. Could be looking at taking first turret, but you also have to start thinking about the timers that AL are having as maybe Brain Starfall down bot lane. That's going to be the 7 volt there as well as the Spiral Despair on Kyle. I think they might want to go.
This is so weird.
Brain Starfall, but they got the Nature's Grasp there. Finally, Jackie Love, cha-ching, cha-ching, 2 times.
All right, double kill for the.
This is so weird, man.
There's nothing that you want.
I mean, he gets pushed first on mid, right? The least is just chilling bot level 4 at 11 minutes, which is terrible. Like, this guy needs to get levels. But he's chilling down here, and we're just hampering, like messing with these guys. The Maokai clears the grubs, and shouldn't have the orange just found his base? Like, once this happens, shouldn't the orange's base is the next to the cannon? Yeah, this is your... Dude! This is your cannon wave. Base! Base, get your conditions back up. The Maokai needs to clear these camps and come down, right? He needs to do the camps. The Karma has nothing to do. Okay. Just base. Get full HP, come back. You're fine. That's it. There's nothing else to it. He doesn't. And now he's stuck down here. And now they can still, like, the Maokai could still just walk down here, by the way. Like, he could still just walk down here. Like, the Maokai's just taking his sweet-ass time, even though despite Andre missing his base timer. And now they're getting dove, which is too late for the Maokai to answer. And Corki obviously is just hitting mid, because no one's there.
I like this overall for top esports. They get a couple kills on Jackal. They're sacrificing plates, but not turrets because they're still doing it early on enough. Now Jackal with this good, they're going to afford to take these honestly bad trades because he knows he's going to get his HP back as soon as he gets access to those minions.
Yeah, he's just like slowly watching.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's not very fine. He's got blood. There's a right back up there. Take a look back at that replay.
So what Elise does and has done well since her section is dive. Now they do.
I don't know what I think of that.
And use the frailty as well. Pantheon comes through from the top. This is so close, by the way. Yeah, like,
Dude, what?
It could be entirely different.
I can't believe it. Stop it. But hey, we look back and play's already done. We're moving past that. We have about a minute until this grub spawns. AL definitely want to get that 5 stack. Both teams going to be at this one.
I think if AL get 5-6 grubs on this next upcoming green, guess what? Like I was saying, if AL get a majority of these grubs, I think the game is really difficult to play here. Because now who's facing these side? Nobody.
Yeah, and it's so difficult, right? Like, it's literally so difficult. And also, if you want to try to get tested, now you don't have to file this. So it's a little bit more difficult as well. There will be the turrets traded in that regard, but still, I mean, I take that mid lane turret over the outer turret in bot lane.
That said, I would really still like Top to try and look for this fight. They've got 2k hold lead there. Maybe let's go.
I like the step up and the rest of AL following Hope's lead, but now they might back themselves into a corner. You gotta watch out. It's over Jackie Love. Jackie Love bounced around by Tarzan.
Dude, I'm so lost on what to say in this game. Usually I have more to say, but it's just like, look at this situation. The Zir shoved out top, so the Zir has a timer on mid. Okay, so we gotta defend mid. The turret is low. This is why he's throwing his R this way. If the Pantheon knows this, the Pantheon should just be sitting in the Raptors brush, poised to help, and that's about it. You know, but he goes to his Krug, so they're basically anticipating like they could do this without any issue. The Maokai at this point, he has a decision to make. I could toss my R now, probably not worth it because Grubs is coming up and we want to fight that. Okay, so we're not gonna use my Maokai R. Wow, he does use his Maokai R though. First, like, it will get...
Yeah.
Damn, you couldn't even get the cleanse. Personally, I would not have used it. But okay, it's down. Now both sides are losing because you decide to do this play by anyone's legend to get the turret. Don't play on mid. Do not make a bad play on mid. Just wait. These guys have to go mid at this point. And if they really wanted to, both solos could have started collapsing on mid to make their own play. They could have. But if you can also just take these turrets, both turrets, without an issue, why not do it? So everyone on mid chill. They don't chill. Okay, so they don't chill. Jackie Love now goes forward to try to help. This guy narrowly escapes. Another dab. Oh, it caught him. So two people just died for no reason on anyone's on top esports. Okay, so two people just died straight up. Cool. Cool. War doesn't have TP, basing for objectives. Good. Good. Azir probably should base. Like, once this wave is dead, base. Base. The Corki's gonna take over mid.
I mean, I'm at the wheel a little bit with
He doesn't base. How much gold did he have?
And it's only
He did his buy at 1236 with 92 CS. When his play ends,
as well during all of these fights. Hope right now.
he has gained 1 kill and a bit more gold. So he could base for full conditions with the top laner. Instead, he kind of stays on the map, loses all of his mana, so now he doesn't have enough mana, and now he's late on the map and he doesn't have TP to recover. Okay, so if he doesn't have TP to recover, that means that we can play harder for one of these objectives without an issue. If I'm TES. That's what I'm noting. Because he's going to be late on the map. So if that's the case, why does Pantheon, like, especially when this happens, Pantheon should stop the blue and just start the dragon then. Just do the dragon now. Because this guy's telling you that he's not going to do this. And I think the Ornn might have shown basing after doing what he did. And he probably will base because he's half mana. And he's been on the map for a little bit. So we don't do the grubs, we don't do the dragon as Pantheon. We get no objective, and... Oh wait, they did do the dragon. Wow, they did the dragon in... Oh, okay, good. So they did do the dragon. I just didn't see because I didn't look at the little window. So they did do dragon. Fine, cool. We got something out of it. Probably could have created a fight, technically, if it was the grubs even. Or, yeah, for the grubs, but we didn't. Okay, fine.
So you're looking at those breakpoints that have been hit. Malphite rushing lucky here as Tarzan. Definitely looking by agency there. People also the ones that are ready. They're the ones that moved up in the tank. No TP down the bot side. The Terror will be forfeit. Recent time with demolish as well.
Grab the eye, guys. Not again. You can't. Nope, not twice. Not one series.
AL,
He's fine. Everything's fine.
anyone's legend overstays on top, so they have tempo for Herald, so now they get Herald as well. Okay, pretty good deal. Now we need to recover bot. Was there any point on doing this play? Because Azir was so far ahead on bot that the way should just run bot. No? Like, these guys aren't contesting this. Like, the Corki just showed pushing top. Like, the chances of them contesting this is probably not that high, so... And we already used Cassante TP, which is more than enough. So we're late to recover bot. The Herald mid, which didn't do anything. It's kind of a waste of time. Yeah, it's a bit of a waste of time.
So, I want to pose this question since it seems like we're at odds with what we think the rest of the game is going to look like in this position. This next trick coming up in 2 minutes' time. I feel like if TES are unable to secure this and get themselves closer to that soul condition, I feel like this game gets almost infinitely harder to play.
I align with that happily. It's just the window isn't closed yet, but it's getting much more narrow, no?
There's still a draft coming in. The nature's draft has been used. There, the divide as well. Chris, trying to flash away now has a recenter on the...
I mean, for this play,
I feel like if TES are unable to secure this,
the Ornn should definitely just keep going top. Like, there should be no worry about someone catching you out here. Especially when the Elise... I mean, they don't know... Well, they do know that the Elise is on bot side. And the Elise definitely never crosses over through mid. So yeah, this Ornn is perfectly fine contesting this wave and doing another wave because his conditions are good. You should just do another wave. And we don't need a TP for this because it's just a single turret. Like, I don't really care. It's not that deep. Like, you don't need to play, like, that hard. That's crazy. That's crazy that guy can just do that.
I feel like if this game gets...
The window isn't closed yet, but it's like...
I mean, Cream just has to give this up. Like, I mean, that's also another thing to keep in mind. Is like, if these guys mobilize this way, you can zone them off mid, and there's nothing they can do about it.
Trying to flash away now has a recenter on the west position of the fight.
Aw.
From Flandre, though, claims the first kill of this fight, as now they've been split off a little bit. That's the all-out on the Flandre, but he's going to get his way away. Now Kanavi is in some trouble. He's going to use the shield to block damage. Tarzan going over the wall on him, but look at the backside of the fight.
Jackie Love!
3, 6,
damn, dude.
All over the place, and nobody's there.
I mean, I told you guys this Cassante was going to be a fucking problem. He's a problem, man. He's a problem. Oh my god. That's unfortunately the situation that they're playing in. It didn't even look like a bad start, though. Like, this guy lost his flash. Tarzan's in the thick of it, but Crisp has lost a ton of HP. Crisp is dead. So now, like, what is Hope doing? I think that's the one thing I need to look at, is what is Hope doing? Like, Hope... Okay, so he's zoned. Now Hope can move over. Like, go. Walk. Walk with the team. I don't know if Hope is thinking, like, he could just go this way and fight them this way, but he'll just get flash stunned and it won't be good. So he should be joining the team, but he goes an awkward way. Ends up getting feared. Now he's dancing in between where he's getting hit by both Way and Dravens, which actually kills him, or forces him out. So Corki Hope just kind of ruined this play. Yeah, Hope did ruin this play. Shanks is like... This guy over chases. So look, first off, he's the big inter, right? Big inter, Then he's the secondary inter. First, second. Why? Because once this guy flashes over, his attention needs to be focused on this here. I mean, for one, his Corki's also pushing. This guy's already done. He's done with the fight. I mean, you don't even need to keep going on this guy. Like, this is your primary concern, so go here. Like, Flandre will be more than enough to handle this guy. And they just get too focused, and then this is why they turn really hard here. Because they notice that these guys inted into this side. So it's on Shanks. Primarily, it's on Shanks for that situation. And that bought enough time for 369 to actually make a play. And yeah, they just get aced. And there was no business for those guys to lose the fight. And it's kind of funny thinking, because like LPL, like you would expect these guys to be on top of their fighting, right? Like where to fight, how to fight, what's the flow, what direction we need to go, and it's bad. Like it's not good.
Disgusting. Disgusting. Literally disgusting. Top esports take head down right here as well. He's rolling that down. Grand Star ball in. Cannot. He wants the kill. Wants to take down Blondre. Hanky, gotta be careful now. He has no more cooldown. And here comes Blondre. Rebuttal. It's a conversation.
It's not good, man.
It is huge trade. Cannot be for Shanks as Dragon's up on the table.
And right before the Dragon, like you were saying, we said we wanted to see TES get onto this objective, and then they win a team fight that starts with Flunder.
He can recover the bot side. This guy doesn't have TP, but we're getting the Dragon. They can do Otacon, but since we already showed Hui on bot, the Otacon is like... You can contest it, but it's a little bit off the table. So it's a slow contest. So they're unable to do it, and you push out bot, which is big for Hui. Hui finds his base. They're both bot lane, which is weird. I don't know why the Ornn is down here. No idea why the Ornn's down there. So that was a big waste of time.
And the fact that it is Jackie Love, the guy that this team has been.
And now Cream is getting even more CS on bot side. With limited vision, Jackie Love has cleanse, so you can't just go on him.
We'll see if they can get over the edge.
And Top Esports again, like losing to Massive, top 2 AL, losing in Group A, are two representatives from that group that find themselves all the way in this final. They've not managed to lose versus Top Esports yet this season. And in the grand finals,
3 minutes till Dragon, so that's pretty much all you're waiting for at this point. And once they get Dragon, oh my god, it's gonna be so rough. Like, if you can think about it, like, if Cassante gets his R and he has super movement speed, what do? Like, literally nothing. Literally nothing.
TES can play on this mid wave. What they've been doing is making sure that Cream can stay on a side lane and continue to push, and then have the rest of the members sit around this lane. It does allow for Konami to even play towards Cream if he needs to with ultimate, but it seems like a big focus for TES is getting this ruinous Otacon. Those bonuses that they'll get from the Dragons they've already taken. Spawn side with Blood Roses, I think it's a huge win.
Personally, I would not pull Otacon if I was TES. Like, I think this is a bait objective at this point. If the enemy team pulls it, they have such... They have to commit so much to it that you probably could just kill them afterwards. But as the team, as their team, not worth it. Like, just wait for the Dragon.
There's a lot of positioning that needs to happen here. We are thinking also about those items fighting. 3 items for hope is nothing.
This Azir needs to shove out bot. Honestly, if you have to give up Otacon, so be it. Who cares? If you're AL, like, just give up the Otacon at that point. It's not the most ideal, and you probably would still fight it, to be honest. But, like, your Azir just needs to get creeps. Like, he needs to get XP, he needs to get creeps, and he just needs to grow stronger. So now we hit the point where Dragon's coming up. We're posturing mid. We chunk 369, which is pretty amazing, but we use the 0R. So we're now down a 0R for the Dragon fight. Yeah, see, the thing is, like, they might, like, they want to look for it, but it's obviously a little bit too hard because of the vision. So they just go for Drag, or go for Baron. And it's just, it's a lose-lose situation for AL because, you know, they're down to 3 Drags. It is what it is.
They try to burn it down. Yeah, they're going to try to at least buy some time. Crisp was tanking a storm there on the Baron, but the Baron's going down faster than they can deal it. Shanks isn't even going to make it in time for the Baron take, but that's a massive Ornn Horn from Blondre. They go back for the fight. Top Esports says, you got to call an ambulance for yourself, not for us.
They just didn't have enough damage to kill the Corki. It was not a bad initial look for the Corki, but it couldn't be enough. But besides that point, once the Corki gets forced out, there's nothing there. So you deny the soul, but how they get Baron?
You're getting these performances. We have so many questions about this draft strategy from Top Esports. What does Jackie Love do on this Raven? It's his 8th finals appearance here. He's got a little veteran to show off. It's now Tarzan. Half health. Tarzan, fist just down. Now they're trying to get hope. Half health. Jump one out. Jackie Love. Shake by the save the game.
I mean, it's a pretty good play.
From Top Esports, what does Jackie Love do on this Draven? It's his 8th finals appearance here, and he's got a little veteran.
It's just weird because like Flandre's going on the way, but the way has Flash. His team is also not even remotely close to make a play, so this doesn't really do anything. Tarzan instantly dies, and I wish Kanavi got caught in it, but he didn't. So I don't mind this necessarily, but then Hope has to go all in on it. He gets a pick, not the worst, but it's like already kind of doomed at that point because of what Flandre is doing. And yeah, dude, this is over, man. This is very stompy. Very stompy game. At least like after one turning point. The MVP for this game is, I mean, it's Cream and it's 369. I mean, I think both these guys had a very solid job. He was okay. He was all right. He was okay. He was okay. They could have both. All three of these could have done better. I think Shanks was fine. I wasn't exactly the biggest fan of this. I think he was okay, fine. I mean, I just don't like the pick. And yeah, Tarzan wasn't that great. The worst player of the game probably is Tarzan. It probably is him for some of the like looks that he did. I think overall for this series and how I imagine top esports will be going into the tournament is, I mean, naturally they have some good players, but I think their jungling is just a lot to be like. There's a lot to be desired from the jungling side, especially because Korean junglers from LCK are very on top of like efficiency and doing the right thing, and Kanavi will just like fall apart if he's not able to match that. And I'm not okay. I'll be honest. I'm not like the biggest 369 fan. I do think if he does play against a more disciplined and high level top laner like Zayas, it's going to be a problem for him. Like it will just be a problem for him, and that's not looking great. Their bot lane is like 50-50. Sometimes they're brilliant, sometimes they're not. And yeah, I mean, they just like everyone just has to be good. I mean, that's pretty much all it is. Everyone just has to be good just because how good the LCK representatives are. Though I will say that who's it one? Was it HLE? Peanut? Right? I think it's Peanut. It's like with Peanut winning, that he won't play as extreme as some junglers will in LCK, which would be more annoying, but he'll still be good. But yeah, I just don't really feel like this is a good enough showing to convince me that they're going to be like a contesting team to the LCK team. I feel like there's also moments that they will have issues with against NA or even EU, depending, which is weird. But we'll see. That's the LPL Grand Finals.